Podcast Legends.
Good morning, Rains County. My name is Jonathan Lance. I'm the broadcast teacher at Rains High School, and today we have a special guest, Mr. Curry.
Good morning.
So, something amazing happened. I found out that you guys are First Division Superior Rating at the UIL Marching Contest. Tell me kind of when that happened and a little bit about it.
Yeah, that's right. This past Wednesday, we went to Mesquite, the Mesquite Memorial Stadium, to compete in the Region 3 UIL marching competition. And the students are evaluated by 3 judges. They give them a rating, either a 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5, 1 being the best, 5 being the worst. And we came out on top with a 1, so we're really proud of them for that.
Fantastic. So I don't know a whole lot about the whole band and how it's put together. Do you pick the songs? Is there a list that they go off of? How does the song choices work?
Yeah, for marching band, it's pretty much whatever we want to do. We can pick music that fits the kids and the drill that fits the kids. In fact, we have, I bought music for the band, well, the school bought music for the band, and we also paid for someone to write the drill and put the whole package together, and then we taught it. And we think it really works for what we have. Now, in concert season, though, they do have a list, and you're kind of limited on what you can play. You have to play at a certain level. So a marching band's there's a little more freedom there.
Okay. Well, I mean, if it's anything like selecting scripts for me being a drama teacher, there's an art in that and finding what kind of works best with your people. I assume that it was, I guess, during the summer. How did you go about selecting that particular marching piece?
Well, it was back last spring when I picked it. In fact, I'll probably be selecting next year's show really soon. And that's based upon the kids that we have, the kids that we know we're going to have, their abilities, where our strengths are, where our weaknesses are. We kind of play to that. We definitely want to build our weakness. We want to build on our weaknesses, build up our weaknesses. We don't want to build on the weaknesses. We want to build on our strengths. But we basically take into account who we have and what they can do and how we can be successful with those kids and choose music that would be appropriate for our group. And so I did that in the spring. And, of course, it was right around the time I may have actually picked it before the pandemic hit, but the kids didn't get the music until we were out, so that kind of threw us off as well. But yeah, that's how we do that. We usually pick it pretty early.
So the other thing I was kind of curious about is we're in the middle of COVID pandemic. You're trying to get everybody ready and good to go. And obviously you have this, superior First Division ranking. How did you get these guys prepared with we're here at school, we're not here at school, all the changes and going on with schedules?
Well, the kids have been quite resilient. We have our routine, we have our schedule, and then when it gets changed up, you would think that they would totally lose it, and actually they didn't. They stayed strong, they stayed confident in what they were doing, and we were fortunate to be able to still rehearse. And some of the times when the school was shut down, as long as we were abiding by the protocols and we didn't have any sick kids, we could still rehearse, so that helped us out. A few weeks ago when we had 2 weeks off, we were able to continue working through that. And the kids have they've wanted it, and that makes a difference. I can only motivate them so much. They have to do it themselves. So really proud of their work and their drive, I guess, to do it.
That's fantastic. I mean, if it's anything like the drama kids, I mean, I am so proud of them and all the hard work that they're putting in every single day and every moment that they can do that, which is I'm just so proud of them. So that's wonderful. Now, next up is area, correct?
That's right.
So with the area, is that the exact same 3 judges format? Does it change at all?
It does change. And this is like the way I explain it to people that maybe don't know about band. I say it's the playoffs for band. Because
Okay,
that's basically what it is. It's the next level. Now, for 3A this year, area is it. There's just one level you can go to. But every other year, so next year will be a state year where we can advance to area. And then if we're in the top 3 or 4 bands at area contest, we can advance to state marching contest. But this year is just an area championship year. And the judging is a little different. Instead of 3 judges, we have 5 judges.
Oh, okay.
3 of the judges simply judge music. They don't care what you look like as far as marching. They're just judging how you're playing the music. Is it, are you uniform in your playing, your articulation, balance, blend, all that good stuff? And then the other 2 judges are simply judging marching. They don't care how you play. They're just judging the feet. Visually, are you uniform? And then each judge gives you a score out of 1,000.
Wow, okay.
And then, and so they use those scores to rank you. And so, you know, the lower your number is, so like if one judge has you ranked first, but another judge has you ranked 10th, that doesn't help you. So the lower your total number is from all the judges, the ordinal is what they call it, the higher you're ranked. And so this is all a ranking contest. So it doesn't really matter a 1, a 2, that doesn't matter at this contest. This is actually a contest where you're rated, or I'm sorry, you're given a score, a raw score.
Wow. Okay. So as far as these scores, it's 1,000. What are the average scores? I mean, we're looking like 700s, 800s is what you're aiming for. I mean, what is that?
If you're in the 700s and higher, you're doing pretty good. But once again, it's all about ranking. So a judge may start the day by giving the first band 500. Well, he's just a little bit lower than everybody else. So, you know, if the first band's pretty good, but he gives them 500, then he's going to go by that score and ranking. So it's really a ranking thing. Because you could say, you know, well, 800 is a good score, but if one guy is started at a low number, you know, it's kind of relative. It's hard to explain that, but it's all about ranking.
That's cool. Okay, so I want to kind of transition a little bit away from this UIL to you personally. I've only seen you in the halls and back and forth and things, but how did you get started and kind of get to where you are today? Did you go through the music major path, or tell me a little bit about yourself.
Yeah. Well, I'm originally from Arkansas. I grew up in the Fort Smith, Arkansas area. Went to high school in Greenwood, Arkansas in the mid-'90s. And then I got my undergraduate degree at Henderson State University, where I was a music major, so I got a music education degree. But my first job out of college was in Texas. A lot of the band director graduates of Henderson State, it was a small college, but we had a really good music program. A lot of the band directors actually left Arkansas and went to Northeast Texas. So my first job was in the Texarkana area at Redwater ISD. And I've pretty much been in Texas ever since. I did go back to Arkansas for 1 year, and then I realized that Texas is better. So just in general, for many reasons, education, just where you live, all that stuff. So, but yeah, I came to Texas. I've taught in Texas, several different school districts, and then about 2012, I decided I wanted to go back to college and get a master's degree. So I ended up going to SFA, getting a master's in conducting music. Well, it's a master in music, but specifically conducting instrumental music band, and got to be a graduate assistant there and work with the band program at SFA, which was very exciting. And then, you know, came back to the public school world, and I love it. I love it. Here at Rains, it's great. Great kids to work with, great parents, great administration, great colleagues, everything. It's really wonderful.
Wonderful. Awesome. So did you start off with one particular instrument when you were a young kiddo, and then you kind of like blossomed off? What is your instrument?
Yeah, my primary instrument is percussion.
Percussion, okay.
Some people would say you're a drummer, but yeah, I play drums, but I'm a percussionist. So when you go to college to major in music, you have your specialty, you know, whether you're a flute player or a saxophone player, but you have to learn how to play everything to a certain level. We take what's called methods courses, and so I would take a woodwinds method course and learn all about the saxophone and the clarinet. I would take a brass course and learn about trumpet and trombone. And as much as you learn and as much as they prepare you, you really don't know it till you get there and you're dealing with kids and actual instruments. And so the combination of that experience, but also the real world experience, has given me what I need to know to really help kids blossom and grow. But yeah, that's where it all started. I'm a percussionist, and then I've had to learn everything else. Now, I won't publicly play any of those other instruments. I can demonstrate stuff for kids learning how to play, but you're not going to see me playing a trumpet solo or anything.
Okay, fair enough. Now, okay, so back in high school, just for myself thinking about it, I knew a lot of like drummers in high school. So was there like a Mr. Curry rock band at any point?
Oh, of course, yeah. I mean, when I was in high school, we had a little band. We had several different names, but it was the same 3 or 4 guys, and we entered every talent show there was. We played, I want to say, thinking back on it, we played at parties, you know, little fun little parties. We played at school dances.
Awesome.
I mean, it's like a movie or something, you know. I mean, really thinking back on it, we played at school dances. We played at a pool hall that doesn't exist anymore, but And then I did that in college as well. But yeah, there was definitely the high school garage rock band experience. So, but it was fun.
Oh, that's epic. That's wonderful.
Yeah.
That's basically all I have. Is there anything you wanted to jump in and add before we kind of end this interview?
No, thanks for having me on the program. It's been fun to talk with you, and it's great to be here at Rains ISD in Rains County. It's a great community, and having fun, loving it.
Wonderful. Thank you, Rains County, so much for listening. Have an absolutely wonderful, fantastic day, and I will see you next time.